Go ahead and rock and roll with Coach Sunseri. Rod?
Coach, you may have one of the youngest position rooms on the team. How has the development been so far for the group you have?
I think it's been really good. I think we've installed a lot. I think we've gotten a lot of great looks from the offense. Everybody knows George does a great job, and every day is an opportunity to learn and get better and enhance. And it's a 1% better every single day mentality. And the great thing is about a young group is that you can mold them and get them to see the game how you see it. So with Coach Boogie's scheme, with the philosophies that he brings in, all these guys are really buying in to what we're asking them to do, and they're doing a great job. I'm extremely proud with our group so far.
Coach, you came in the spring, probably kind of trying to get used to everything in spring drills. How much different is it now from then to now to fall camp? How much more comfortable are you with them, or were they with you?
Just like the freshmen that came in the winter, like their heads was spinning and my head was spinning a little bit. But I mean, it's one day at a time. You get a familiarity with the place, you get a familiarity with the people, the culture, even just the area. And Atlanta traffic's no joke. So it's been really good to get here, go through the spring, go through the summer, and now we're in fall camp, and I feel like we hit the ground running. It's been great so far, and I think we're doing a good job.
Najeh?
Coach, what have you just seen for some of the young guys, like, Keelan Jones, Kamani Morales? What have you seen from them early on in fall camp?
An extreme willingness to do what we ask. Like, they are doing everything that we're asking at a high level. Is it perfect every time? No. But sometimes success comes from failure. You learn from mistakes. If you have success always, whenever adversity hits, you don't know how to handle it. So they've been doing a great job. They've been focusing. They've been listening. They've been dialed in. They watch extra film. They're doing all a great job. Chris, Keelan, Kamani, everybody's doing a great job.
Rod?
Savion's a kid that's been around for a while, but he hasn't had a chance to really show what he's all about because of injuries. What are you seeing from him now?
I'm seeing a guy that's extremely savvy. He's played a lot of football. He understands the game at a very high level. He's been in multiple systems, multiple schemes, and he's able to translate the language very quickly. And he's also a good football player. I've been extremely proud with how he's approached camp, with the demeanor and the attitude that he brings every single day. I've actually been really proud of him.
Alex?
Not to get too X's and O's, like too specific, but in Coach Seymour's system, is the two safety spots, are they different? I know some play free and strong. Is this, in this system, are they more similar, more different, or are they two different positions, or are you kind of cross-training where guys can play both of them?
Now, I've done media training with Coach Saban, so everybody's interchangeable, everybody's intermixed, everybody's repping everywhere, and everybody's doing a great job. It's a complex system with a lot of variables, and everybody's handling it the right way. And everybody's embracing their role.
Najeh?
Ideally, Coach, where do you want to see this group at the end of fall camp? What would make it be a success to see where this team is before you get ready for that week 1 game?
I would like to see an extremely close group that says, I do not want to let the man down next to me, that is willing to commit to the standards and values of this organization that the head football coach has set, and our defensive coordinator. That's what I want. I want a complete, total buy-in to their visions, and if we do that as a safety group, we do that as a linebacker group, we do that as a defensive line group, outside linebackers and corners, I think we'll be in a good place. But that is the mission and goal for this football team, to uphold the head coach's vision every single day.
Rod?
When you watch your position drills, Hewitt is one of the kids you notice is pretty athletic. How far does that athleticism take him in, maybe getting playing time, or what does he have to do?
I think it's a great start. To have the movement skills it requires to play the defensive back position, but there's a lot of other variables that play into those type of questions that you asked. You know, he's got to dive into the playbook just like every other freshman or any other football player on this football team, because this is Coach Seymour's system that he's bringing in. He's got to continue to work on his footwork. He's got to continue to work on his tackling. Just like I said, every day is an opportunity to get better. And the players that have a "I have not arrived" attitude are the players that get better every single day, and you see that progress.
Alex?
We talked about the safeties. I guess talk about this, the nickel position a little bit. I know you got Kelvin coming back. I think Sessions has moved over there this spring. I think Duclon has been playing a little bit of that nickel too. Just what are you seeing from that position? Kind of what are you expecting from that guy in that position?
You know, I expect a guy that can do a lot of different things. He has the ability to fit the run. He has the ability to play zone. He has the ability to play man. He has the ability to handle motions, different stacks, bunches. It's all that stuff. But I mean, that's every position on the football field in the secondary. It's all pretty similar. You know what I mean? Every safety's going to be asked to do the same thing in the same regard, and every single corner on this team is going to be asked to do the exact same thing. Be able to operate the defense and make sure that we all five are in the same space and see it the same way every single play.
Najeh?
Speaking of what you just said, Coach, I want to ask you just the value of communication. Sometimes the game moves very fast. Why is communication valuable to this team, especially if, hey, first down, this play happened, and you got to get set back and know what you're reading and dissect it pretty quickly. Talk about the value of that.
Communication's not just the most important thing in football. I think communication is probably one of the most important things in an everyday life atmosphere. The number one barrier between talking or getting something accomplished is somebody misinterpreting what you say. So being precise on it, having anticipation, being a two-way street, because communication isn't great unless somebody receives the information. So communication is always extremely important to make sure all 11 are on the same page, and that's the beautiful thing about football. It takes 11 people to have a great play.
Rob?
Talking about communication and getting guys in the right place, has anyone in your group stepped up and maybe taken that role, making sure that happens?
I think everybody's done a great job. Coach Seymour made an emphasis. That's one of the standards of this defense, and it's not just one single person that's doing it. I mean, the defensive line communicates, the outside linebackers communicate, the linebackers to the secondary to the linebackers, the corners to the safeties to the corners. Like, it has been extremely. That's probably one of the things that we've grown the most in, is our ability to communicate on the football field and not just say, "Hey, alert the motion." What are we doing on the motion? And they've done a great job.
All right, anything else for Coach? Coach, thank you.